Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mark Tayfel. I've been involved in aviation in various capacities for about 20 years now. I hold an airline transport pilot license, or I should say held one. I also hold a Class 1 flight instructor rating. Again, two of the highest licenses and ratings you can get in those categories. I worked for an air taxi operator as a pilot back in 2002. While working for that air taxi operator, I was involved in an accident. Everybody on board was injured, and unfortunately one of my passengers passed away from his injuries. What's unique to this accident is that the police investigated from. I'm the only pilot that's been charged in an accident criminally for my involvement and contribution to it. It's from the experiences I've been through since the accident and through all the court cases. I've got some concerns that have come up. One of my main concerns is how the criminal prosecution of pilots or other aviation professionals, air traffic controllers, ops managers, the list can go on, how that prosecution is going to affect aviation safety. It's my belief a safe aviation system requires an open dialogue between the aviation industry and the Transportation Safety Board and Transport Canada. Being as how my case was a first of its kind, my fear is that this cooperation with the Transportation Safety Board and Transport Canada will stop, as pilots will now fear criminal prosecution. The TSB relies on full cooperation of individuals and pilots. Hopefully they survive a crash and are able to contribute to this accident investigation. Should discover the underlying causes, basically prevent reoccurrence. Where the problem lies is when the police are riding the coattails of a TSB investigation or Transport Canada investigation. Individuals are going to be afraid to cooperate. And when that happens, that's going to delay investigation findings and put the traveling public at risk till the accident investigation is resolved. Now, one thing I just want to make clear is that I'm not saying there shouldn't be repercussions for individuals or operators that break the rules. Just that first, the repercussions are best decided by Transport Canada, as opposed to having the police or criminal courts involved. Transport Canada does have means in place to deter infractions, and fines, arrests, and suspensions. That type of enforcement action, for the most part, doesn't stop us as individuals from coming forward and contributing to aviation safety. I'm willing to take my lumps if I've done something wrong, if I'm going to take a license suspension or whatever the case may be to assist in aviation safety. I think that's still even though I may have made some errors or misjudgments. However, what does stop that option if there's a threat of me spending a couple of years in jail? I think that's going to be a big issue as far as cooperation with TSB and Transport Canada. Now, going through the court process, I do want to say the courts do their best to try and understand our industry using expert witnesses. But unfortunately, they have a limited time to hear a case, and they have a limited understanding of what's involved in aviation, such as human factors or pilot decision making, or some of the complexities involved with the operation of an airline. Transport Canada and TSB are in a better position to decide how an enforcement action may affect aviation safety. Now, in rare cases, if a matter is serious enough, I think Transport Canada can hand the matter over to the police. But first, the matter should be assessed by Transport Canada. I don't think there should be any parallel investigations going on with the police at the same time as the transportation safety investigation is going on. Now, I know our focus today is on SMS and safety management systems. It's my belief that SMS will be affected in the identical way that a TSB investigation will be affected. SMS is relying on a reporting and evaluation system free of repercussions. Individuals need to know their contribution to a safety management system will not be used against them in any matter. Furthermore, any documentation used in SMS reporting should be granted the same privileges as TSB documents and internal investigations. It should not be allowed as evidence in a criminal courtroom. Now, in theory, I believe SMS is a good thing. It would work for operators that have a history of a safety-minded culture. Some of these operators usually have backings of bigger organizations such as ALPA and ACPA, which for the most part I think do a good job and help protect some of the employees. Air taxi operators and employees that work for them don't have the support or structure in place. A large portion of the pilots and other aviation professionals currently not represented by a large organization like this, I think could benefit from coming under the wing of ACPA, ALPA, possibly CVAA, and any other new organization starting up. From my court cases, I had a chance to look through some TSB safety statistics, which I was able to present in court. Basically, it just shows that the air taxi industry is one of the worst safety records of all the sectors in aviation. So we must not assume that SMS, or safety management systems, will be a fix for 703 operators or the air taxi industry. The air taxi industry needs to be closely monitored by government, and oversight needs to be maintained. This portion of the industry can't be left to self-regulate. Once the air taxi industry brings their safety records up to the standards as other parts of the industry, then we can maybe look at other solutions. But for now, oversight is important. The government does need to be involved at monitoring this section of the industry. Thank you.